Good afternoon, welcome to Palm Court. This is just outside the main arena here at Alexandra Palace, and this is where the spectators who are going to be going in to watch the match will be gathering, perhaps having a little bite to eat or drink, and then collecting their commentary headsets from here, maybe even buying a souvenir or two, a t-shirt perhaps. And look at this, some of the players' names emblazoned on those t-shirts. You got Whirlwind, Wizard, Rocket, Nugget, Jester, On Fire, and of course Thunder from Down Under. Thunder, that's Neil Robertson, and he's going to be starring in the third of our BGC Masters quarterfinals today. As for his opponent though, Mark J. Williams, the Welsh potting machine, doesn't quite fit on the t-shirts, consequently he's not on there. But if you have a better name, a pithy one-liner perhaps for Mark, send it in. Keep them clean though. But of course, Mark is now one of only 3 former champions left in this year's Masters draw, along with Mark Selby and of course John Higgins. As for Mark though, he might be a 2-time winner of this event, but not since 2003 as he lifted the trophy. And wouldn't the Welshman just love to put that right this year? The world number 2 has hit top gear a few times this season with some nearlies and what-ifs along the way. He'll be revved up this afternoon though. Can former world champ Robertson finally get past the quarters here? This will be his 4th attempt. We'll assess the repercussions of Judd Trump's emphatic win over Ronnie yesterday. Has the torch been passed? Freewheeling through his quarter? That's what Sean Murphy hopes as he looks ahead to his match against good friend and Masters specialist Mark Selby. And ambitious players from all around the world are preparing as we reveal details of the new improved Q School. Could be a passport to professionalism. Well, our game this afternoon is, at least on paper anyway, the most closely matched of all of the quarterfinals, because it features Williams, who's currently the world number 2, against Robertson, who's 4 in the world at the moment. Well, let's hope then that it lives up to our expectations.
Mark's world number 2 at the moment. You know, he's got to a couple of finals already this year, so you know, he's been sort of pretty consistent. Although maybe the last couple of months he hasn't played as well as he would have liked, but you know, he looked pretty solid against Stephen Maguire. So you know, he makes it very, very tough for you. Very smart with his safety play and shots to nothing. So yeah, you have to work really hard to get a good chance against him.
I think Neil Robertson's probably one of the best QS and strikes the ball better than anyone out there. I think it's probably Neil Sullivan I can hit it better than him. He's just a fantastic player.
Yes, and someone who knows all about winning the Masters is Stephen. You won 6 of them, didn't you?
6 Masters, yeah.
It's a bit greedy, isn't it? This is always a very attractive matchup, this game, isn't it?
Yeah, very much so. I think when you get to the quarterfinals and semis, the first round, no one really sparkled, but now you're getting hard to pick winners in matches. This is a really tough match to call.
Now, they played in 2007 and Neil Robertson won 6-0 that day, but Mark was going through a tricky patch then, wasn't he?
Yeah, he was on the sort of the edge of dropping down the rankings to, I think he dropped down near 50 in the rankings, but obviously he's back now. He's an established player. He's in the top 2 or 3 in the world.
Yeah, and they played a few weeks ago, didn't he? Played in the Shanghai semi-final, yeah. And Mark turned it round there.
Yeah, as I say, Mark's got back. He got back to number 1 in the world, and it's just such a hard match to call. They're both really great players. Neil Robertson's never won this event, so he'll be determined.
Now, you've picked up an interesting little tidbit there. Is Mark using a new cue or something?
Yeah, he's been using a new cue since the turn of the year. He felt his long game wasn't what it should be. So yeah, it'll be interesting to see how he progresses this season.
Now, talking about long games, Neil's department the other night that was missing was his long game. He's down to 44%, unusual for him.
Very unusual. You'd expect Neil to be knocking in, you know, at least 80, almost close to 90% of those. So, as I say, no one really played their best in the first round, so I'd expect a big improvement on that.
Okay, so what's your gut feel? I'm going to put you on the spot. What is it?
I know he's a friend of mine, but I'm erring on the side of Williams.
No. Stephen Hendry goes to Mark Williams. Hazel, whatever next?
You see, that's what friends are for, John. Loyalty to the last. Well, we shall see how this one progresses. And they are playing, of course, for the right to face Judd Trump in tomorrow's semi-final. Promises to be a very intriguing match. Players are ready and ready for anything, as ever. MC Rob Walker.
Thanks, Hazel. Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. It's day 2 of the quarter-finals here at the BGC Masters, and a match of truly international flavour now. Will it be Wales or Australia into the semi-final against Judd Trump tomorrow afternoon? Please welcome one of the best long potters in the game. He is 6 out of 6 for ranking event finals, including the 2010 World Championship. Beating Mark Allen in the first round, the Aussies in the crowd are licking their lips in anticipation, because here comes the thunder from down under, Neil Robertson. And his opponent, one of the finest Welsh players over the last 2 decades, twice a world champion and twice a winner of the Masters in 1998 and 2003. Beating Stephen Maguire in the first round here, he is one of the most laid-back players you could meet. He's the Welsh potting machine. He's Mark Williams.
And Mark just shaking the hands of Tom, one of our regular visitors to the snooker. Great to see him here again, here for the whole week, I understand this time. Well, this afternoon we welcome